Hey everyone, Popcan Dan. So good news is winter's held off just for a little bit longer. Yeah, so you know what? This spring I'd come out here to this spot. This is a field I've been working. I've done a lot of research and I've done a lot of metal detecting here over the course of 20 years. In this field alone, believe it or not, it's massive. And finally this spring, when I came out, when the ground thawed out, I said, you know what? I'm gonna push just a little further than I usually have. I found buckles and stuff in this field, but I'm gonna push just a little further to just a little lower down, a spot I've never been before in this field. And so I just started detecting. It was like within 2 minutes, I popped a coin out of the ground. I was like, oh, very interesting. It's large. I didn't really get a chance to clean it. I was just excited. I started digging. I found another one. So I found 2 that day, and I went home and cleaned them up. And I figured maybe it was a large cent. Maybe I got something, you know, early 1900s or something. I started cleaning it off, and I just started getting this chill through my body. And when I realized the coin I just cleaned off said 1815, and it was a half penny token, and it was one with the eagle on the front. It was just, I was freaking out. I could not believe I'd found that here. Mind you, it was from the research. I knew something. I was convinced something was here. And the other one I cleaned up, which actually turned out to be a General Isaac Brock War of 1812 commemorative coin commemorating his death in the War of 1812. And yeah, that's a pretty rare coin too. And I looked it up online, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, I couldn't believe it. So stoked. So I came back again, and then I found how many more? 4 more coins, and they were all about, I think they're 1813, 1815 half penny tokens. And then I came back again with DJ, and I found 2 more coins, one from 1816, another one from 1815. So in total, I found 8 coins, all between the years of 1812 and 1815. And I do believe it was actually the person, I believe they had actually buried this in this field. And I think over the course of 200 plus years of plows going by and people farming this field, that it actually got spread out, because I found that it was stretched out a little bit. So that was pretty cool. DJ found a coin from the late 1700s too. So it's here. It's right in this field, right below me here. I wanted to come back one more time before this year was done. I just felt I had to. So I don't know what I'm going to find. Hopefully I'll find some stuff for you in this video. Last time I was here, I found 2 military buttons as well from the War of 1812, and I found a piece of a broken sword. This was really cool. And then DJ comes over to me and he goes, look what I found. And he found another piece of a broken sword. So we put them together, and it wasn't an exact match, but it was very close. I think it was the same sword, but it looks like it probably got run over by a plow a few times, but it was pretty darn cool. So I have to get in here and just do a little bit more. I'd love to at least find one more really nice War of 1812 era relic for this video, even if it winds up being a short one. All right, so we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so I found my first little thing here that's worth writing home the mom over, as I like to say. I found a couple of square nails and stuff, but I'm not going to, there's no need to show those, but this is pretty interesting. This is, it was given off a pretty solid hit too, and it's some kind of hook. It looks like the end of some kind of hook. I mean, obviously it was attached to something more. Not sure what it is, but it was pretty neat. So yeah, so that's my first really good find, with the exception of the square nails. I'm gonna keep moving on. I didn't mention in this place here as well, this field is riddled, absolutely riddled with coyotes. So I'm always looking over my shoulder as I'm digging. You know what, when I get my next find, I'll tell you a little something, a little story. It was quite funny the last time I was here. All right. All right, hey everyone. So at least we can make a video now. I finally found something pretty decent. Got myself a nice debuckle. There you go. Let me get it in there. There, pretty decent, eh? So the site I'm searching on here, I did a lot of research on this, and I knew I actually knew the name of the person who lived on this piece of land here that I'm searching on, and he moved here in 1780 something, and he built the house on this piece here, 1795, and you know, there's yeah, it's so anyways, nothing left of the house. I find square nails, and I found a few buckles around here, but I was, you know, happy to find this this debuckle as well. So what I was going to tell you guys about the coyotes, I was going to tell a story. I was here the one time earlier this summer at the beginning, and I was digging a hole in it, and I was down on my knees and I was digging. There was it's a little bit of a slope here. It's hard for you to see, but it's a little bit of a slope, and then it slopes up again. And down in the area in the lower level, there was a bunch of Canadian geese, and there was tons of them. There had to be about 100 of them. They're just standing around. They're probably about 50 feet away from me, minding their own business. I mind my business. So I'm on my hands and knees digging here, like I'm digging the hole, and all of a sudden I hear blah, 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 and I turn and I look, and they all come flying right over me. I kind of like duck down. All the geese are flying right over my head, and I thought they were attacking me, but I realized right away I knew what was going on, and I stood up. The second the last one flew over, I stood up, and there about 50 feet away from me was a coyote standing there, and he was trying to catch one of the geese. I guess he didn't know that I was there. Maybe I was downwind from him or something. And he kind of looked startled when he saw me. And then he kind of backed up maybe another 25 feet. And he stood there for about a half hour. And he watched me and watched me. And this went on for about 30 minutes. And I did my thing, he did his. And I don't care too much about a coyote. No big deal. Then I was digging a hole and I stood up. And then there were 3 of them standing there. Now I'm like, okay, they're starting to think now, and when they're starting to think and they're not going away, that means they're probably trying to, they're wondering, hey, maybe we can take this guy, you know? So 3 of them got a little intimidating for me since they weren't moving. I tried to spook them and they weren't going anywhere, so I figured it was time for me to pack up. So I packed up my stuff and I walked out, and they actually followed me. It's about a 50-minute walk out of these fields, and they actually followed me for a good portion of that, just staying far behind me, but just keeping an eye on me. All right, everyone. So, yeah. So let's see here. I got a really decent reading. You can see I've just dug my plug here. It was bouncing like 80, 85, 78. I'm really hoping that this is a nice coin. So I'll probably be mistaken. And it's the kiss of death when you. It's the kiss of death when you do the old live dig. But we'll see. Let's try it for fun, anyways. Who knows, if this is just a piece of junk, I may not even put it in. Okay, where are we here? Let's see. Oh, here we go, right here. Wow, that's... Oh, let me see, I think it's in this clump here. Yeah, it's in this clump. Ooh, fun times, fun times. I can feel it, actually. What is that? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Pretty cool. Sorry, you're looking at it right when I am here. Looks like there's a little bit of fancy on this one too. It's I'm not sure if it's a buckle or what it is. Very interesting. I have to clean this up a little better before I show you guys. So yeah, very interesting. It's old, whatever it is, that's for sure. All right, so I don't always show every find, nor do I ever show all the square nails, but I did want to show this one. This is a pretty nice one. Very impressed with that. And it's, like I said, this is smack dab in the middle of a house from the 1780s, or technically 1780, 1794, somewhere around there. And just finding all kinds of really neat stuff. So still looking for my coins. Maybe the well had run dry on my coins. I hope not. Like I said, I found 8 of them, all between the years of 1812 and 1815, or 1816, sorry. And I'm hoping to find more. And I know there's got to be more here. So let's see. I don't want to get discouraged, but hey, 2 nice buckles, nice square nail, a lot of odds and ends, all 1800 stuff. Who can ever argue with that, eh? I'm touching it right here. All right, let's do a little more digging here. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if I found a silver coin? Wouldn't she be a beaut? I think it's right here. Oh, there we go. I got it. No, not. It's not. It's another one of these. What is that? Not sure what that is, but it's not a nail. It's got a big flat piece here on the top. Interesting. This was going off, like I said, 85, 86. Okay, I'll have to clean up and take a look at it. Okay, so this is interesting. Started getting a signal here in this hole. Started digging. Now I'm oh, what is that? Seven inches. Now, if you look down here in the hole, there's a perfect round corner of something, and it's big. And like I said, this field, you know, this house, there's a house here 200 years ago, plus years ago, almost 220 something years ago. Actually, even more than that. So this could be something very interesting. So hang tight. I'm going to get it out, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is, all right? Okay, friends, so I got it out of the hole. Wasn't quite what I thought it was, but it's definitely some kind of piece of old farm something. Pretty big, pretty thick, heavy, but definitely it's maybe something attached to some horses or something when you're doing the land or something. I gotta haul that out of here too. I'm not leaving that behind. So there we go. Still no coins. Got a couple of really nice signals that I really thought they were coins. And you know the funny thing is, square nails, man. Square nails read always so close to the silver, and I'm always so excited. And I say it's either a beautiful silver coin or it's a beautiful square nail. I'm getting close to wrapping up here, but did happen to come across this. This was pretty neat. Piece of a chain link, certainly old. I was hoping there was going to be more to it, but there's only two links on it. That's pretty neat, man. I wish I found more of that, but that's a pretty neat find. So I'm gonna peck away just for a little bit more, and I'll shut her down for the day. All right. All right, everyone. So I'm gonna wrap up. I really wanted to get out here one more time before the winter. You know, everybody has their field of dreams, and this one has been mine for sure. And you always want to return to that favorite place of yours. And this is definitely mine. So yeah, the relics keep coming. That's good. I'm very happy with that. A couple of buckles. That chain was pretty neat. So I think next time I come here will be in the springtime when the snow has flattened everything out and you get a better way to, it's easier to swing the detector. As you can see, some of the weeds here are almost as high as I am, and it wasn't like that in the springtime. That's how I wound up finding all my coins and everything. It was so much easier to swing a detector here, so I'm gonna have to come back in the springtime. So that's it. I'm gonna sign off, and I'm just gonna say, remember folks, fill in your holes. And it doesn't matter if you're out here in the middle of a field where nobody is except the coyotes. The coyotes will complain if you don't fill in your holes, all right? So will the deer. So please fill in your holes. Doesn't matter where you are. It's just good practice. And the last thing, just enjoy metal detecting. It's you know, it's one of the greatest things out there. I really, really enjoy it, and I hope you know, I encourage people all the time to get into it, and they seem to be drawn to a lot of, you know, I talk about it all the time. It bores some people, my wife, and it but no, some people are actually getting into it. I've had a few people buy detectors just because I talk so much about it, and I show them the stuff that I find, and they just said, you know, I've always wanted a detector, and they pull the trigger on it. So good for them. So yeah, just remember, keep metal detecting. It's a beautiful thing. All right, folks? Peace out.